Alright, man. So, okay, so on Young Dre D's Living in the Heights tape, there's a song Gaffled and a song called Top Notch. There's those three songs on there. Let me play you a piece of Gaffled.
That's me.
Okay.
That's me. Wow. Wow. No, that's me.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely you, huh?
That was my style.
You
Yeah,
got twang in there? That yeah.
that's me. That was my style back then.
Yep.
Okay, yep, that was me.
Okay.
Rolling through the hood, gas nearing the E. Motherfucker on my tail, damn, who could it be? I seen him at the corner, for I can't just wait. Must be a stupid nigga trying to jack me for my days. But no, I won't go out like that. So then I reached under the seat and pulled out my damn gap. Packs a 9mm with the silencer tip. He won't hear a damn thing, but he gon' know he been hit. I pulled into the station, planned to pump up some gas. Hopped out a 699 right by my ass. The fool hopped out his cornfield right in my trap. Didn't know that young Dre was flicking Tub Hiller's cap. He tried to strong arm me, fool must be a nut. But I surprised the stupid nigga how I was right in his gut. Just like a game of bingo or a Sunday church raffle. Ain't no surprise he realizes that his answer got gaffled. Gaffled, 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 gaffled.
Yeah, motherfucker.
You got gaffled, 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 gaffled.
Yeah,
That's right.
motherfucker.
Wow, wow.
Alright, right on, man. Yeah. Okay, so that was
Yeah, I
912.
definitely had a distinctive style back then.
Cool, man.
That was Dre D's word. Gaffled.
Right.
I was gaffling fools.
Let's talk about Enter the 916 with
That was the collaboration, wasn't it?
yeah, that was Brian Edwards. That was BMW's project.
That's right.
Or I know John from Technicrew.
Yeah, I Night, DJ I Night.
You remember doing that?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Don't ask me to remember the song.
Alright.
I believe we recorded it at Crystal Clear Studios.
Okay.
I think. I could be wrong.
Possibly Paradise.
Thank you. Not Crystal Clear. Paradise.
Okay.
Crystal Clear. Remember the bassist that I was telling you about? I couldn't remember the name of his studio.
Yeah.
I believe his studio was Crystal Clear. I believe. That's either that or Brian Porter's studio. Like I said, there was like 3 main studios that everybody was going through.
Okay.
Paradise. I remember the right building. It was done at Paradise.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, because John kept bringing up Paradise. So I
Nah,
figured-
everybody was going to Paradise Studios.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it, man. I do remember that. I can't remember the artists. Who were the artists that were on that piece?
Oh shoot. Okay. Yeah, we've got all the Technicrew.
Yep.
We'll see. There was C Note, MC Dynasty.
That was the female, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember her?
Yeah, I do. She was dope.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Player P was on there.
Yep.
Mixala. John. Everyone from Technicrew. Everyone from Ill Fated.
Yep.
Laid Back Rob.
Man, ill faded. Ah,
Yeah.
man, you bringing back some names, man.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course BMW was on there, and a couple other people.
No, I appreciate you because you're bringing back some memories. So I do remember it, but I don't remember it. I remember the studio, inside of the studio, doing our stuff. But other than that, I don't really. The funny part is I don't remember a whole lot about that track. I can't even remember the sound of it.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it
Okay.
since. When did we do that? 1993?
92.
92? 1992?
Yep.
Can't even remember the song.
Okay.
Oh yeah, come and call him with the dopeness. Have you ever heard a guy that sounds as good as this? Bumping T at someone you don't wanna miss. Coming strong from the 916. Watch the clock, is it time for me to go? Wait a minute before you pull the plug though. I'll leave this so you can remember me. Bumping T from 3rd degree, please. You're entering the 916, you say. You're entering the 916.
I do remember that. Wow. I do remember that.
You
You
came
know,
hard on that, man.
we had a lot of fun. What I remember, studio was always fun. Always fun. No matter who it, I don't care if they was preppy or gangster. We always had fun, always laughed. I don't ever remember one beef. You know, you hear those stories, people was beefing inside of the studio. I didn't never had that experience. I just, especially if I was controlling the setting and I had say so, y'all, I'm shutting everything down. If
Right.
you come in here acting a fool, I'm not doing nothing.
Right on.
Here, you want, take your money back. Get out.
Yeah.
You
Not
know?
babysitting, huh?
Yeah, no. If you want to come to make music and have a good time, that's what I'm here for. All that other stuff, man, y'all take that across the street. And you know what? And this is the funny part, is that you got real gangsters, man, respecting this dude. You know, just on GP, but I respected them too. You know, I never crossed gang or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I kept everything peaceful. Hey, if you blood and Crip, if you blood, y'all come in here and do y'all thing. When y'all leave, if you Crip, you come in here and do your thing. You want to be a Nathaniel, you come in here and do your thing, man. It's all love for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And hope and pray all y'all live. You know what I'm saying? To come back and, you know, have some fun in the studio another day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right on. Shit. All right. And that song was on the radio too, huh?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Actually, I got a lot of play.
Yeah.
A lot of play on the radio.
What was that like, man? Was that cool?
You know, by that time, man, I just was in love with the process. And always hearing your stuff on the radio, man, it's a phenomenal feeling. I can't describe it. You know what I'm saying? I can't describe it at all. It's almost like it's surreal. And it was a feeling that I never got used to. Whenever I heard my song on the radio, man, I always just sat back and was like, and was grateful. That's the only word I can say. I was very grateful just to be able to do that, because there were so many people, like I said, you know, my boy Damon, he dead. You know what I'm saying? By the age of 21, man, he, you know, in all intents and reality, he should have been right there with me. You know what I'm saying? He should have been right there with me, because he was the first. So I was very grateful, man.
Right.
Yeah, but it was, and even to this day, just hearing you play that, it's the same feeling. It's the same feeling like I heard it on the radio for the first time. Just hearing you play those little clips, man, just the memories of it. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Right on. So after that one, that was 92. You did the Dre D Living the Heights, the End of the 916. You recorded that one, and was that about the time when you started doing the Two Black Bastards?
Yes. Yeah, it
Okay.
was right after the Ballin'. They wanted to do a album. I can't remember how many songs, but I think we did probably like 12 to 15 tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when words really started getting out about me being a producer, and so many people would either come for a EP or for a single or for 2 or 3 tracks, and that's when they came in. They were like, okay, and so they had some backing and stuff like that. So I got paid. I did get paid for that album, even though he was a family member. I did get paid for that album to produce that album. I didn't get paid for any sales after that, because, like I said, I'm dumb and naive. I don't know anything like that. I'm like, oh man, I got my few hundred bucks and do XYZ. So I'm happy. I'm chilling. But man, that was a really fun album with him and Bowlegs. I think that was I thought that was probably one of my most creative albums.
Yeah.
With the music and the energy that we were able to provide in that. Yeah. Yeah. I remember the one song. I can't remember the name. It was the one with the boom, 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 boom. And I think I correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel that I'm one of the first producers ever to bend that 808. Because what I did is I sampled it. And there was one where he was like, we're dressed in all black, and I was doing the what I did, I sampled the 808, and I would just hit it, and then I would bend it, and I would just keep bending it back and forth like that to create that sound. I had never heard anybody do that before.
Okay.
Now I hear all these 808s being bent in the different types of genre of music, and you got your dubstep. But back then, I was like, I don't think I've ever heard anybody do it, before I did it. And then I was doing that, that slow down voice and stuff like that. I was doing that before the people in Houston really made that, hold up, drink, and all that other stuff, man. I'm like, if you go back and listen at those tapes, and how I would do that is I would speed up the tape, say the word, and then when I put the tape back to normal, then it would have that deep voice.
Okay.
Yeah, go back and listen to those.
Okay.
Yeah, I was doing that way back then.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
that doo-doo-doo, man, I love that drum. I love that drum.
Oh yeah. Any other stories or experiences recording the two Black Bastards? Anything
You know
else
what?
mention?
I would say this. Just a lot of fun stories. Because Dre D is always fun loving. Bowlegs is fun loving too, but Bowlegs was always more serious. He was always the more cerebral of the rapper. And, always had gravity when we were there, man. But Dre D was definitely fun loving. And all I can tell you, a lot of smoke, a lot of drink, and a lot of people constantly rolling in and out. And sometimes it would be funny because Dre D, he's so fun loving, man. People would just show up. I was like, hey, you're not supposed to be here. And I'm like, and then telling, because also too, back then, we had to record everything with headphones on, have headphones on, and then you do it on the mic, and then everybody had to be shut up and had to shut up in the back, or else they come picked up on the mic. So what you don't hear is a lot of people talking and saying stuff in the back that we had to drown out in the music.
Like the homies talking?
Huh? Yeah.
Damn.
It's like, y'all, shut up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is
man,
serious.
shut up, man. Hey, you guys be recording. And I used to have to, especially when you have a good take, that would piss me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I never got pissed off. But I'm like, y'all, shut up.
Yeah.
And then everybody like, shut up, and all that other stuff. And like in some of the tracks where people are like on the end of the song talking, that's just us talking. I would be like letting it go, and then I just keep recording while they sitting up there talking. You remember that one where he's like, oh, Tyrone, Bumpy T, he just getting us and all that other stuff on that. And that's just me, just the state talking. It's like, wait, the music stopped. Why did the music stop? And you hear all that stuff talking. That's just them talking regular. That wasn't a skit.
Damn.
Y'all supposed to have kept going. Yeah, y'all supposed to know. They stopped. Y'all wasn't supposed to stop. You supposed to kept going.
Oh, when the music
Even
shut
through
off?
this music was still going. It wasn't shutting off. It was still going.
Oh, was it?
We'd have been through with that by
Oh, I didn't even hear that. I couldn't hear the music.
Run it again, Rob.
And we just left it in there. So that's one of the funny. I would do that all the time.
Man.
All the time. And you hear all the people talking, laughing, and all that other stuff. And then when they became aware, they're like, oh, he's still recording us.
Dang. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. Did you produce the bow-legged one too?
What's the name of the track? Was that the one that was on the Street Stories? Captain?
Dope from the Lungs, Bitch Hopper, Untouchable, Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh, it looks like Ernie Gonzalez. Who
No.
was that?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I was going to say,
Okay.
those don't remember. I believe the only solo track that I produced for Bowlegs was on Street Stories, which was called Captain.
Okay.
When Captain Save a Hole and all that stuff was big, and he made a song called Captain that was on Street Stories. And like I said, there's a long drawn out story with that. Yeah.
Almost there. All right. And then can we get into when you met the Groove?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the white boys from Loomis.
Yeah.
I can't remember actually where I met them. I believe they were referred to me.
Okay.
They were referred to me to produce. So it was Trey Props, Anthony Props, and one of their buddies, big tall white boy with long brown hair. His name was Brendan, and we called him B Ren.
Okay.
B Ren. Man, they were so cool, so funny. Trey was pretty intense. And I got to know them pretty well. I got to know them pretty well, man. Really, really cool guys, nice guys. Their dad was he had money. He owned everything. He owned a lot of stuff up in Wilton, some restaurants and some hotels and stuff like that. They lived in a huge house out in that gated community in Los Lagos where Eddie Murphy and John Travolta had lived.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where they live. I believe Anthony is still there right now to this day.
Damn.
Yeah, Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I can reconnect with Anthony on Facebook and stuff like that. Got him a nice, wonderful family. I haven't seen Trey in years. But yeah, no. So that's how I met. They were referred to me, and then they started coming to my recording studio. And their dad actually helped me get a mixing board to help be able to record them and stuff like that. We actually were doing some pretty nice stuff. We never finished a full project. I believe we only did like 2 to 3 songs.
Okay.
I believe we only did about 2 to 3 songs. Trey was really the talented one. He could really spit. I know we put a song on my album Slumpulation that was called 5'9".
Okay.
Yeah, so that was there. That's them.
It is?
Yeah, that's them. They may have changed their name to The Groove later, but at that particular time they were called 5'9".
Okay.
That's them.
Okay. Got it. That's important. All right.
That 5'9" just groove me, baby. That's why you come in, be Ren. Got the 5 for 10.
Okay.
That's them.
Right on.
Yeah.
Here goes one of their songs right here.
Yeah. I forgot I did that. Yeah. Remember I told you I had the vocoder.
Yeah.
How did you get that?
Radio.
Wow.
Okay, so you produced this one.
I did.
Yeah.
That's me doing the real love.
Right.
Wow.
This is a really good song.
I did that. Yeah. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Right on.
Absolutely. That gave me chills, man. Wow. Remember I told you I did so much music?
Yeah.
But I know my style. I know me. That's me.
Yeah. Okay.
Never released.
Yeah.
Not that I know of. That's never been released.
Yeah. That's what's up.
That's Trey.
This is like my favorite song. Ever since I discovered this, it's just a classic now.
Yeah,
forever.
that's during the New Jack City.
Oh right.
The New Jack Swing.
Yeah, New Jack Swing, yeah.
Wow.
Anyway,
That's me singing background.
Place.
But you know what, man? But isn't that funny though? You got a person who did so much music. You figuring 25 albums, if it's a minimum of 10 songs an album, that's 250 tracks of me that I don't even have.
Right.
Can't even remember that I did. Unless I hear it and I'm like, that's me.
Yeah. Just a freaking old memory, huh?
That's why I think what you're doing is so wonderful, man.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? Because this, by me being able to hear those again and put it into my archives, my grandkids can listen to it one day.
Yeah.
They can listen to it one day and be like, man, Grandpa, you did that? Like, yeah, I used to have it going on back in the day.
Right.
But, no, it's awesome, man.
Yeah, instead of being like, yeah, I did, but those tapes were lost a long time ago,
Correct.
son. You know what I mean?
Correct. That's why people like you are so important, man. That's why I hope that whoever you connect with, man, that they appreciate you.
For sure.
That they appreciate what you're doing and understand that it's not all about the money. You know what I'm saying? If you can make your coinage, man, go ahead and make your coin. But you're digging up other people's legacies. All that chronological order that you're going through and doing all that other stuff, man, make your paper. Make your paper, man.
For sure.
And if anybody else is watching this video, man, y'all quit giving this dude a hard time. If you're giving him a hard time, stop. Work with him, man. He finding your legacy that you did. That you lost. Don't get mad at him.
Thank you. It's all good, man. Man, so Underground Funk with Raw Deal.
Yeah.
Was that about 93-ish when you
Yeah.
started putting that together?
Yeah. That was definitely before because we recorded that 93. I was gonna say 93, 94
Okay.
ish. Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
what you would say came next after Two Black Bastards?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely that. Because remember, I was working with all these people all around the same time. So if these guys would come in one day, RD or somebody else would be scheduled to come in the next day, and we just do it all in four. It was all namely in 4-hour blocks. So every song you hear, 4-hour block, 4-hour block. Just get them up, knock them down, get it in. Guys knew to come ready, and you if you ask them, they'll tell you, man, you better come in there with your rap ready.
Yeah.
Because if you have, I got to sit down and write, you got to go home. We come back another day because I work. I got 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm 24 years old. Yeah, 24. Yeah, 24 years old, 25 years old. I'm married. I got 3 kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I got time for you to sit here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And God forbid if one of the kids and they in the other room, we in the room, if they start crying, that ends up the session because then they're getting all into the vocals.
Right. So you gotta get them in between the crying.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. See, and that's the stuff that I remember, man. It was so fun, man. Just going through those different challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah, going through those different challenges, man. It was cool.
That's what's up, man. That underground funk is a classic.
Yeah.
And just like a lot of these other classics that you produce, they're classic because of you mostly. You know what I mean? Like these guys, they laced them, but people be like, "Oh man, that Strawberry Man or Gangsta," or that Raw Deal, and it's like, it's all your music though. So
Yeah.
it's crazy. The producers didn't really get the the respect that they do now.
Correct.
I mean, or they weren't, known.
Correct.
as
It was
much.
all about the front people.
Yeah.
It
So
was all
now
about
you
the
hear
front
you hear songs and it's like you hear the shout out from the producer in the
Yeah.
beginning,
Yeah.
beat by whoever, and it's like that's because that's why you're bobbing your head right now. It's
Yeah.
not because dude is sitting there rapping. It's because that beat that someone put so much effort into. So yeah, man, you're responsible for putting people on. And so that Raw Deal, that underground funk is a classic, and it's highly sought after, by collectors. And
Wow, that's cool.
yeah,
That's cool.
and it's just a classic album. It's a really good.
You know,
what I mean?
and RD is really fun to work with, and he's actually very particular. He knows what he wants, his style, and he and I, man, in Raw Deal, because he was Latino, he was short, and his rap style was what his rap style was. He took a lot of flack, and people really overlooked his talent. Because RD had really great ideas. What about this? Or how you tweak that? Or what about this? And the way that he used his voice. Because to me, Too Short has been too short. Forever. His raps haven't changed. His rap style hasn't changed. And a lot of people back then wanted to give Raw Deal a hard time. And I didn't think it was worth it. Because how can he be something that he not? He was like me. We weren't gangster. Now, we knew we were around it. We could talk about it, the streets, and things that we saw or people that we knew. But I'm like, from everything I know, Raw Deal was just like me. We worked to buy our equipment. We worked. We paid to go to the studio. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't out there on the block. That wasn't our thing. And I think that people really don't give him or didn't give him the street cred that I believe that he deserved. That's just me. And I think they underrated him as a rapper, but that wasn't his gift. He did what he was good at. He stayed in his lane. And I believe, and I'm glad that people feel that Underground Funk is a classic. Because he deserved it.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's tight.
Yeah.
After digging up those old demos of his, I'm like, whoa.
Come on now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and also, too, he was a networker. You know what I'm saying? But now RD, he'll get on you, too. RD, he wasn't afraid. If he disagreed, he'd speak his mind and he'd mix it up. And you know what I'm saying? He was saying his low voice, man. He never really, you never seen RD too high or too low. He always even killed, man. Just cool dude. Cool dude. Yeah. He was very fun, man. I really appreciate him. Like I said, he was the first to pay me.
Word.
Yep.
Yeah, he had a lot to say about you when I interviewed him. He said you were one of the first people he got good production from.
Yeah, yeah, man. Nah, he's good too. And like I said, we friends to this day, man. He good people. He's one of those lifers, man. He's a lifer.
Right on. Cool. And oh yeah, so that song "Homies" though, that's a good song. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, play it, yeah.
Homies, homeboys, some you call your brother, some you can't trust with your money or your lover. Most of mine are cool, some are acting a fool, some are slanging, some are banging, and some in school. I got homies in the town since day one, and them homies I grew up with, all the ones I be trusting. True homies from the heart, they'll be down for you and be around for you through them highs and lows. Peace out to my bros, yo, my boys got my back while I'm making my dough.
I do.
That's the jam on there.
You know what? But that song, once again, we're going through all that stuff, man, in the '80s, and we're losing. You know, from the '80s going into the '90s, man, and the '90s, man, all that stuff, man, it's still going on, man, and that's when we're getting older, and we're really starting to appreciate the people who are around us.
Yeah.
You know, because we were losing so many. Go ahead, and rock it.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and rock it, man. But we were losing so many people, man, and yeah. And the one thing I liked about me is, like, you know, it's my music, but I did try to do things different. And if you'll listen, that different things came out with different artists, just depending on their voice and their cadence.
Yep.
But see, in that song, you hear my techno influence. See, and people really didn't know that I was sneaking all that stuff up in there.
Like, okay, yeah, the little techno.
That.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll get your voice first real quick.
Yeah. I love that track, man. But you see how his voice, man, just smooth.
Yeah.
That was RD. You know you're gonna get from RD. You know what I'm saying? Homies that can send him in the minimum mind. Right. But to get him in the head of my mind. See, but that's the creativity of RD. You know, coming in and blending all that and having those samples. That's RD. So it was a collab. And that's why I like RD too, you know, because he's specific. Just like Ransom, they're very specific, or Mac Ice, you know, Ransom, they're very specific on what they want and how the different things and how they wanted to incorporate with their music. So with him, it wasn't just me doing the beat and stuff like that. He would contribute, and that's one thing I really liked him. And he was always one that was more smooth.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Always more smooth.
Right on.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. You bringing back good memories.